Hello everyone, welcome to Week 5 Analytics Designer. My name is Jiedan. I'm Product Manager for SAP Analytics Cloud and focusing on Analytics Designer. So here we are starting with the Unit 1 Introduction. With this unit, I would like to give you an introduction about Analytics Designer. So you will be understand the positioning and use case of Analytics Designer and who are the targeted group of Analytics Designer. And then I will give you a capability overview about which kind of capability we are delivering and which kind of capability we are already delivering with the QRC release in Q2 this year. And at the last, I will give you a bunch of useful links that you will be able to getting started with Analytics Designer. So what is Analytics Designer? Analytics Designer is a new capability we are adding within SAP Analytics Cloud, like you see on the screen. And the fourth capability here is Analytics Designer. With Analytics Designer, we are giving SAP Analytics Cloud a low-code development environment for developers, for designers to create sophisticated enterprise planning and predictive applications. An Analytics Designer is integrated totally within SAP Analytics Cloud. So here we are leverage all of the existing capability from SAC. For example, the whole data connections, imported connections, or live connections will be supported with SAP Analytics Designer. And also we will be able to integrate with the story features, integrate with planning features, integrate with the predictive features. Then using Analytics Designer specific capability like eventing, like theming, and also like embedding capabilities, then enable users to create an enterprise applications or dashboards. So here enterprise is also very important aspect for Analytics Designer. Once the developer designer or created these enterprise dashboards, these dashboards can be consumed by digital boardroom, can be consumed on the mobile devices, and also can be consumed in SAP Analytics Hub. So with SAP Analytics Designer, developer and the professional designers will be created those artifacts and end users will be consuming that. So we have seen before in the slide, the Analytics Designer is totally integrated within SAP Analytics Cloud. So with the stories, with the planning stuff, and also with the predictive capabilities, we are all within one analytics platform. And we provided the developer or professional designers an agile development environment that they can very convenient use this development environment to create the templates or story and to customize it and to embedding the analytical application into any third-party business applications. And also from user point of view, with Analytics Designer, you have absolute capability, flexibility to make your user interfaces very intuitive and very flexible, easier for end user to consume. So all in all, if I summarize that, so with Analytics Designer, you have the whole capability of the customizing. You are using scripting, using the theming capabilities to customize your existing interactions, navigations for your analytical applications. We can integrate these analytical applications also into any business applications or third-party solutions or any other web pages. We have extension capabilities that you can using the custom widgets or the composites later on to create a reusable parts that these reusable parts can be reused across all other applications. Also, all of these artifacts analytical applications will be able to consumed from the content network. And of course, we will also make analytical applications mobile ready so that you will be able to consume all those analytical applications on your mobile devices or digital bathroom. So that's the vision. That's for the analytics designer. That's totally integrated with the SAP Analytics Cloud, and with all of the capabilities, you can integration, you can to do the embedding capabilities, you can also to do from insight to action scenario, make the insight to action scenario a reality. So that's the analytics designer. So I mentioned before, with analytics designer, you are creating an analytical applications. So here again, what's the key point of the analytical applications? The key point of the analytical application is, and we provide designer developer a rich set of the widgets, scripting, eventing, all of that tools that enable them to create very interactive analytical applications. And we have dedicated developer environment, and we use all of this development environment and also these tools. Developers, designers can create reusable part, so that's the enterprise readiness. These reusable parts can be reused in cross applications, and we providing the extension capabilities that partners, developers can create their own visualizations and then use their applications. So all that's the key point of the analytical applications. So here may coming up the questions, because in the previous week you already know about what is a story, and now here I introducing another artifacts analytical applications. So what's the difference between story and analytical application? Story is aimed for business users to create self-service scenarios. So story is easy to use for business users. Business users don't need to have any IT knowledge. Just via drag and drop, then they can create a very easy dashboard. So here with stories, we are covering the standard scenarios. For example, standard filtering scenarios. So these kind of things, you don't need to have the scripting capabilities. Business users just drag some input control, drag and drop and data sources, and define the interaction between input control data sources. That's it. So that's the story part, covering standard scenario. With the applications, you have the full flexibility to adapt the customer requirements. In case customer don't have the standard filtering scenario, have very specific filtering requirements, for that, the standard scenario is not able to cover. Then you can use the analytics designer as capability to cover that, because we're providing the scripting and eventing concepts. So here also we provide more widgets like drop-down boxes, like radio button group, like buttons, that you have much more flexibility to create custom specific scenario, custom specific interactions. So that's we say analytical application is to cover custom scenarios, very specific, sophisticated custom scenarios. So that's the difference between story and also the analytical application. And in addition, I already mentioned story is for business users to create that. Analytical applications is for developers or professional designers to create it, because it requires a certain IT knowledge. There are two different artifacts within SAP Analytics Cloud, but they have a lot of touch points. First, applications and the stories share the same functionality and the widgets. So how you configure a table, how you configure a chart, so that's the same either in story or in applications. And applications and stories provide the same user experience. That means for the user, if they are consuming analytical application, they should not notice any difference whether they are currently consuming an analytical applications or stories. So the user experience between these two artifacts are consistent. end user just get another possibility to consume these very guided dashboards, and he can also very easily starting consuming these very guided analytical applications and then link to the stories or jump into the stories. So end user has much more flexibility based on their requirements to consume different artifacts, but without notice they are consuming different artifacts. And though applications and the stories are different artifacts, because we are targeting for different user group and we are targeting for different use cases. And that's the relation between applications and also stories. So here I would like to introduce what we are delivering with the QRC release in Q2 2019. So which kind of features are already delivered with the QRC release in Q2 2019. So our first category is a whole basic dashboarding capability. So here we are delivering different widgets and the containers, dialogues, and the scripting, eventing, and also this kind of script objects, script functions, all of these capabilities that will enable you to create interactive dashboards or analytical applications. So here is a functionality comparable with Lumira Designer. So you have the different widgets, you have different scripting capabilities, and also with the scripting capabilities, you will be able to implement your own interactions, navigations between these different dashboards. So first category. Second category is with this QRC release, we already delivering the capabilities with integration of SAC planning capabilities. That means all of the planning capabilities like version management, publish, revert, these kind of functionalities we are providing with the scripting access. With this scripting access, application developer designer can create a very intuitive planning applications without always go to the toolbar. So I will show you that all later on in my demo. And the third category is the very flexible navigation to different artifacts. I already mentioned before, Analytics Designer is integrated within SAP Analytics Cloud. So there we have applications, stories, Explorer, the whole smart functions. So we provide the navigation capabilities that you can navigate from Analytics Designer applications to smart functions, to Explore, to stories, and without losing any context. Means the whole parameters that you already set within your analytical application, like filter, variables, etc. All of these contexts can be taken over while you are navigating to other artifacts. So that's basically provide the end users bunch of flexibility that they are consuming different artifacts without losing business context. In addition, we are providing an integration capabilities within other business applications. That means with analytical applications, with the Analytics Designer created analytical applications, you're able to embed these applications into any other business applications. That could be, for example, S4, Ariba, or you create your own solutions or your own HTML5 web pages. Does not matter. We can embed there, and also between analytical application and also the business applications can have the communication both directions. Means as an analytical application, I can send message, pass parameter to the outside business applications, or from outside business applications, I can send message back or pass parameter back to my analytical applications. And we also providing the closed loop scenario. So closed loop scenario starting from the analyzing data and then see something is not okay, is run, and then we want to analyze what's the issue, what's the reason behind it. And then we want to do some what if simulations to find a possible solution on that. At the end, we find a solution, we want to really take an action. This could be, for example, this action is I need to change a supplier, or I need to create another purchase order, or I need to create another sales order. This kind of transactions is available in backend system. from Analytics Designer, we are able to trigger these transactions in the full S4 system with OData function call. That means with Analytics Designer, you can using scripting capabilities to trigger an OData function. For example, create a purchase order or change supplies. And I can also call an OData function to get the data from backend system S4 to my dashboard. For example, I'm analyzing my historical data, right? But I need to have some detailed information from a sales order. And this detailed information is actually in the backend in the S4 system. So then I can use the OData function or get this detailed sales order information, so which product, which quantity, which price. This information can be retrieved as a JSON string, and then I can use this information in my dashboard. So that's a programmatic access to the OData. So here you have much more flexibility with Analytics Designer from starting to analyze issue to take an action. So all with a closed loop scenario. In addition, of course, we provide a very intuitive design environment. What you see is what you get design environment in within browser, within SAC, and to enable developer to create very sophisticated applications. So that's a bunch of functions we are already delivering with the QRC release in Q2. So if I summarize, is basic dashboarding capabilities, integration with the planning, and also very flexible navigation to other artifacts, integration with predictive functionalities, embedding capabilities, closed loop scenario, and also very intuitive design environment. So here you have a lot of informations, product roadmaps, and the whole documentation, and please don't forget to check some product tutorials that we have videos that to teach you how you can create different applications, and we have also the developer handbook, 200 pages, and that listed different use cases will definitely help you to do that. And we have the API reference and also the different blocks.